Diablo 3 beta, woo!
So I got my hands on a Diablo 3 beta account, and I picked up Lore, and I'm like, hey dude, let's go ahead and do some co-op, and he was like, sure, I've already played the game for the past 24 hours straight, but I am down for another run through. So I was like, great, you can go in there, come and show me some stuff, because I have to do a BFF report in like 2.5 hours, and it's going to be on this. Now, before we actually get into the gameplay, I actually had to pick my class, and every single class here is available, unlocked, ready to play. Male, female, get in there, pick it. There's no customization options. This is an MMO. It's mostly not an MMO. And then you have your banner that you could customize as well, and this represents you. You see it in the game, and you see it in your character selection screen. Other players will see it, etc. You have a couple of different settings here, icons, different banner backgrounds. You could customize the color. I'm flipping through here real quick. You see lots of crazy stuff. You come up with some pretty interesting things. There's the Alliance, Horde, Protoss, Zerg, Terran symbols. All those things are in there for you guys. I decided to roll first cav. Now that we're in the game, let's talk about the environment, the lighting, the music, the sounds. They have so far, I mean, I'm definitely cupping some balls here. They did a great job. The environment looks amazing. Now I'm running through here, I'm pounding these guys, and loot falls out of them, right? It's the game, it's a dungeon crawler, it's all about loot, right? One thing that I think is funny though, is that everything in this game drops loot. Monsters, of course, right? Dead bodies, okay. Tree stumps, weird, all right. Random vases, barrels, urns, bookcases, loose tiles on the floor, podiums. There's pretty much nothing in this game that doesn't spew gold at you. Oh, except for chests. They're dicks. It's empty. It's awesome. The combat in the game is solid. I mean, when you bash something, the body goes flying across the hall, and then if there's a hill, it's gonna roll on down that hill, and then if you're down there fighting something else and you use an ability that's like an AoE or something like that, it's gonna go ahead and kick that body out even further. It just doesn't stop, and that is such a great element to have where physics affects everything, regardless of how long the body's been laying there, regardless of if you looted it. It's still available for kicking around. So this little town here is the first town you come across in the game. It's your primary questing hub, initial questing hub, I should say. You have your placement here for your banners, so if you're playing co-op like me and Laura are, if you go somewhere far away and I'm like, hey, let me catch up to you, I could use his banner to teleport to him. Very handy. And the center thing here does the same thing. It just lets you teleport to areas that you've already explored. Now, I don't think anybody's surprised that there's actually VO on all of the quests, right? Nobody's shocked there, but I think what everybody's going to appreciate is that all of the individual lore pieces and diaries and random pieces of paper that have some kind of lore attached to them, it plays it back, similar to like BioShock when you find the little tapes or whatever like laying around, it actually plays back like events or things that people have taken notes on. It's just like that, and that is a great thing because you get these things in the middle of combat sometimes, and I don't want to take time in the middle of combat to actually sit there and read a cool story, bro, right? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So that is a nice addition on top of the fact that all the quests are VO'd. Also in this little town, I have the gentleman here who I could hire, and he'll follow me around, kill things, and talk my ear off. And then I have this other guy over here who will build things for me, craft, right? He will repair my items, and he will also teach me professions. Now I'm gonna go ahead and have him craft me a two-hander, right? Because I want to smash things with a two-hander. I don't want dual wielding is fun, it's great, but I want to smash things with a two-hander. Giant mace would be great. So I don't quite have enough resources available, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually use my little handy Nephalem cube, and I could do this anywhere in the game. I could even do it while fighting somebody if I wanted to, and break down all of the items in my bag to create resources, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give them to the gentleman here, and he's going to make this for me. Now, not only can I use the Nephalem cube anywhere I want, I could also use the Cauldron of Jordan here anywhere I want. And what this thing does is it magically melts things down into gold pieces. It essentially is a portable vendor. So that's kind of cool and interesting that they're letting you sell things and disenchant things anywhere you want. Okay, I get that, that's cool. What else did they, casualize in this? Let's see, they also made it so that the potions stack. Wow, that's a big deal, right? Because I guess back in the day, in the old Diablo days, you would actually have to have like a bar full of potions. See, also the scrolls that port you back that if you play Torchlight, if you're not a Diablo guy and you play Torchlight, they have scrolls that port you back to the town. Those have been replaced with the Hearthstone. I mean, it's an inventoried item that has been replaced by a non-inventoried spell. So they did all these things to make it easier to do things that I guess in the past were kind of a drag, right? That's cool. But then why did they change the skill system around so dramatically? I mean, they got rid of the stats, right? They got rid of the skill point thing because everybody that played Diablo would always put their points in the wrong section or the wrong whatever, and then their character was pretty much screwed for the duration of the gameplay. Okay, that's fine. That was something that needed to go. But in Diablo 2, you could change your skills by scrolling your mouse wheel, right? And you could do it at any point in time in the game. It was simple. You reach down there, you scroll, whatever. Now, when you reach down there and you right-click, because you can't scroll, you right-click, it pulls up a menu that lets you change skills. And you're like, oh, this is just like the old system. I just have to click the new skill. Wrong. You have your different consumables here that you could select, but these skills available are only the ones that are currently on your bar. All right, so that's weird. So where do I change my skills out from? Let's say if I'm in a fight and it's like, oh, we're in the middle of a dungeon and I need to change my skills to something else that like something to be more tanky or something, right? I have to pop open my skill tree here and then click again and then swap that out for this, okay? That is a bit different from before, and the fact that we have those skills available to us, we're going to use them. So the excuse of, well, maybe Blizzard doesn't want you to swap skills out in the middle of combat. No, that's dumb. That's totally stupid. What's gonna end up happening is players are going to be sitting there and doing this. Oh, I'm attacking, and then I'm gonna hit S, and then I'm gonna click on this, and then I'm gonna change it out, and then boom, and I'm gonna use my new ability, and then I'm gonna hit S, and then I'm gonna swap it out, I'm gonna do this, and then boom. You see what's happening here? Now it's become a UI game. This is where it gets ridiculous because it worked fine before, and they made it harder to do now. And then of course you're taking it out of the immersion where you're gonna spend all of your time swapping out skills with your UI because you're gonna need all these, especially when you get to the hard mode stuff. Obviously here in easy mode beta, you don't need to swap out skills, but in the hardcore, insane, hell, whatever, crazy, your character's dead mode, guess what? You're gonna be using every single skill available in your inventory, and you're gonna be looking at that skill book, swapping them out, because you can't just scroll through them like you could before. I just can't make any sense of that.
Alright, so one of the reasons why this BFF report is a little bit late today is because after we found all that stuff out last night, we wanted to make doubly sure that this was never brought up before, and turns out it was. Some gentleman on the forums actually posted, and Dixari was nice enough to jump in there and post his thoughts. He said that they're okay with people respecing things on the fly, but they don't want people running around with their skill pane open all the time, which, like I pointed out, will probably definitely happen, especially in the harder modes. I mean, when you're trying not to die, you kind of want to do everything within your power to prevent that from happening. So doesn't really seem like they have a solution out yet, and since they just redid the whole skills thing like fairly recently, I want to say, maybe within the past 6 months, and the game is probably gonna be re-released like sometime within the next few months, I'd say this is something they definitely want to get on and get to fixing. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up at aka Mike B. I'm kind of curious what you guys think about this whole skill thing. I think it's kind of weird. I will see you guys next week. Have no idea what I'm doing. It's very early in the morning. I'm gonna go back to sleep, so